Hey everybody, me again. Today we're going to go back to the Nissin 50th Anniversary Cup Noodles set. We'll be trying the chili tomato ramen and the chili tomato soda. Chili tomato is one of the, I think, oldest flavors. I think it was created in the 70s. I'm not sure if it was to try to get a more American market. I really don't know the history behind it. But this is one that you saw all the time, and again, I have never tried this one. It's one of the many varieties that I just didn't try. So not only is this the first time I'm trying the ramen, but also obviously the soda, which is chilling in the fridge as we speak. So chili tomato, I noticed that as I was filling the water in this, that it has the little mystery meat cubes in it. It has corn, it has some other stuff, so it's not just chili flavor and tomato flavor. It actually has some other components to it. And it smells pretty good so far, so I don't really know what to expect with this one. There is a whole style of cooking in Japan based on ketchup. Tomato ketchup, like what you would normally use for French fries. And predominantly it is, like a lot of things in Japan, post-war necessity that the United States at that time was able to ship a mass amount of ketchup into Japan, wheat flour, things like that, that the Japanese didn't really have a use for, but they found a use for because, people were starving. So ketchup was my first thought with this was, okay, maybe this is going to be ketchup flavored ramen. But it doesn't smell anything like that, and so I think that that's not what's happening. So this one's, I think, pretty close to being done. We got our little kitty cat again, Yanya, and got my Hashio Kudasai. This brand that I got are a little cheap, so they like to split very unevenly, but that'll do the job. And so yeah, let's give the Nissin 50th Anniversary Chili Tomato a shot. You can see there are little hunks of, again, some sort of meat. Maybe it's chicken. And this one's actually a lighter. There are little bits of tomato. There are little bits of green things, and there are little bits of corn. So it smells good. I mean, it smells really pleasant. And it doesn't smell like, again, we say chili, we mean a meat stew made with beef and chili or meat and chili. So that's not what I'm getting. This literally just smells like a cup of ramen, which is not a bad smell. So we have the flatter noodles with this one. So there we go. And itadakimasu. I have been watching Tachi's Kitchen, which is another channel on YouTube, and he seems to get rid of the first T in itadakimasu, which, again, not going to go into Japanese pronunciation because I know very little of it. But we'll go with itadakimasu. Here we go. This has a very bright tomato flavor. It's very tomatoey, and not in an unpleasant way, not in a overwhelming way. It certainly doesn't taste like ketchup, thankfully. It has, like I said, it has a bright, pretty solid tomato flavor. It doesn't taste like a fake tomato. It tastes like, like tomato juice or actual tomato. There's a bit of pepper flavor, absolutely no heat. There's a sourness, a sweetness. Yeah, like I said, it's a bright tomato. It's almost like there's almost like a lemon juice component. It doesn't taste anything like lemon, but it has that level of, like you've had kind of a citrus squeeze on top of it. The little hunks of meat are, I think they're chicken. but they're very firm and they're actually really good. Again, one of those things of if that's your, if this was a survival food and you had to eat dehydrated meat, and it was that palatable, good deal. That's not that bad. It actually has like some tooth to it. This is nice. This is a really good instant cup noodle. It's not challenging in any way. So, very common meal in Indiana, me growing up, and I think a lot of families, is vegetable soup. Usually a tomato, water and tomato broth with just whatever vegetables, usually like slow cooked, like a chuck roast, some sort of, beef that you want to cook very slowly, cabbage, tomatoes, carrots, onions, celery, potatoes, just kind of the basic things. But this is one of the things that, my Aunt Sharon or, my mom or, one of the aunts or my mom or my family, it was one of those things that they would make a big pot of this and all of us would eat off of it. It would, feed the whole family. And this has kind of a vegetable soup flavor to it. It doesn't have the heavy beef component that it did when I was growing up, but this has that kind of brothy, tomatoey richness that's also not heavy. There's nothing greasy about it, there's nothing fatty about it. The broth itself is really delicious, and I don't even think that you have to really overly like tomatoes for this. It just tastes like a good kind of a vegetable soup with a lot of noodles in it. It's been a while since I've had a cup noodle that I've really, really enjoyed. That I've just gone, no, this is kind of why I started doing these. This one is definitely solid, and kind of disappoints me that I didn't try it in 2003 when I was in Japan and had it at the arcade that I went to all the time. This would definitely, I think, benefit from a little hot sauce, a little heat, a little punch. Some ichibi togarashi would be good, obviously. But just right out of the cup with no add-ons, this is actually a very solid cup, and I'm really, like I said, I'm really enjoying this. Very good when you get the noodles and the broth. They work really well together. The noodles are good at holding the broth. Yeah, I'm going to come out and say it. This is one of my favorite ones now. Something that I had avoided because I had some preconception about what it was going to taste like. And it doesn't taste, it tastes like tomatoes. And I guess there is a slight, chili, like a pepper flavor to it, but no heat at all. But it's good. It's really, this would be, again, a perfect one if you were ill, if you were sick, and you wanted something that wasn't going to require too much preparation. It's hot, like temperature is hot, and it's tasty. So this would be a very good, comforting soup to have. And yeah, this is one that I'm definitely going to add to my normal rotation. And I just get a piece of something hit the back of my throat, so luckily I didn't go into a coughing fit, because that's no fun. So I've pretty much finished this one, just by sitting here talking, which is great. It's a great feeling to know that, hey, I found one that I really like now, and I'm not, burning my mouth to death with Daibok or Budok or anything else. This is a really nice, bright, doesn't feel heavy, a little bit of the chicken, the corn, the other little chewables in there. No, this is a very nice instant cup of noodles. I can heartily recommend this one. I will give this a 9 out of 10, just because I feel like it could have a little more richness of flavor. But 9 out of 10, spot on. If you see these, the chili tomato, give them a try. I don't think you'll be disappointed. So now I'm going to go get the soda, and I'll be back. Okay, now we have the Nissin Chili Tomato Limited Edition 50th Anniversary Soda. Again, no idea how this is going to taste. No preconceptions. So we're going to see, you know, what it's like. The other sodas were interesting, and that's what I'm expecting from this. I can't imagine it tasting like the ramen. So, okay. So here we go. Yeah. Okay, grapefruit juice. I'm gonna go. It's the milky soda thing. I'm just not so down with that chili tomato. This does have a pretty strong smell already just from opening the bottle. Not as bad as the seafood, but I'm trying to create a word image to tell you what this smells like. Your dad has been drinking too many gin and tonics and eating, what is that? Pickled celery, maybe? And drinking V8. And you got a bad grade on your report card. Yeah, that's kind of what that smells like. It doesn't smell pleasant at all. The vegetable notes coming off of it smell, I don't want to use the word rotted, but they smell rotted. So they don't smell, they smell like, you know, you left that bowl of soup in the sink a little too long before you cleaned it. And now it's starting to do some sort of, you know, unwanted fermentation. Yeah, the smell is not good on this. So, that being said, you know, kampai, give it a shot. Sprite, lemonade, yeah, Sprite, lemonade, and V8. So you want to recreate this. You get you some Sprite, throw in a little, you know, pre-made lemonade powder, and then just a dash to give it that color of V8. This tastes like a dare. This tastes like when we were kids and me and my brother would mix just random stuff together and dare each other to eat it. And it usually involved a lot of hot Chinese mustard. That was always kind of the kicker, like, could you know, eat that? This tastes like something somebody went, yeah, sure, why not, throw that together. Yeah, I'm not, this is not pleasant. This is not really enjoyable. I had mentioned in one of my last videos about Around the World or a suicide where you mix all the sodas together. This is like, you know, not only did they start that with the sodas, but they ended it with the stuff on the bar. And they're like, well, throw some Bloody Mary mix in there, what the hell. This does not work for me. I'm getting that kind of funky tomato breath that you get from, you know, tomatoes sometimes. So yeah, I'm really not, this is not pleasant. I'm going to try one more drink just to verify that. Yeah, Not only is it unpleasant, but every time that my nose goes into the glass, I'm getting the smell, and the smell is really off-putting. It's really not good. I'm going to go brush my teeth after this. Given the ones that we've tried so far, we had the curry, we had the seafood. The curry wasn't that bad. The seafood was, this one is not enjoyable to me. Maybe to someone else, they'd really, really kick into it, but just not happening for me. So, yeah, that was the Nissin chili tomato. The ramen was delicious. The ramen, spot on. Get that stuff if you can. Give it a shot. The soda, pardon me, moot point unless they put these into normal production. They're limited edition. So yeah, I'm not going to suggest the soda. Not good. And again, I have this kind of cloying, bad tomato flavor in my mouth now, which is not pleasant. A couple of things. See, I'm wearing one of the first. This is actually the first Rose Ramen Review shirt that was printed. The design is too low. I have since moved it up so that it's not. You're not sitting on my belly. We went over 100, I think 120 subscribers. So I had, asked people if you hadn't subscribed, please subscribe. Just to take me over 100. So now we're at like 120. So thanks to everyone who did that. Thanks to everyone who's been sharing the videos on Facebook and stuff. Again, this is not in any way something that I'm going to try to monetize. You have to have 1,000 subscribers right out of the gate to even monetize, and then even then it's a pittance. But I do want to reach more people, and I would like to continue doing this. And at some point, if one of these noodle companies reaches out to me or something, I want to be, I'm all for that. I think that'd be a blast. Like man on the street reviews of their noodles or whatever. So, but thanks again to everyone who has bought a shirt, to everyone who has subscribed, to anyone who just watches these. I'm just doing them for fun, and it's an excuse for me to occasionally drink chili tomato soda. So, I needed that. Nothing major going on. Don't have any great words of life wisdom or anything, but otherwise I hope you're all doing well, and thanks for joining me. Bye.